All right. Thank you for being our star patient and for doing this interview with us.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we're just going to start off with if you can just introduce yourself and kind of explain how you discovered chiropractic and came to our clinic.
Okay.
Let's just start there.
My name is Marjorie Whitfield. I started coming to Champaign Chiropractic Clinic, I believe it was June of 2013, after I had a car accident. I discovered Champaign Chiropractic Clinic by going to the yellow pages in the phone book. And after going through the phone book, for some reason, this clinic just came to mind, and I just figured it was the best place to come.
Okay. Well, did you have any, so what were your symptoms, your before treatment? What kind of
I was
pains did you have?
having back pain that beginning at the base of my neck and was going down to the middle of my back. I noticed it while sitting at my desk at work one day. It got so severe that I made an appointment with my primary physician. Went to my primary physician and they did an x-ray. And after the x-ray, the nurse practitioner called me and indicated that I had degenerative disc disease. And I asked her, I said, well, what can we do about it? And she said, nothing really. So I talked to the claim adjuster that was handling the claim for the accident, and I asked him, told him I needed to go see someone, and would it be all right for me to go to a chiropractor? And he indicated, yeah, that I could go to whoever I wanted. So I chose this over dealing with somebody, like my primary physician, because I knew there was nothing that they could really do. I've had chiropractic treatment in the past, and after being in a car accident, which all of my accidents seem to be rear-ended, which affects my neck and back. And I found out before that it really gave me a lot of relief from the pain, as it did this time when I started coming to Champaign Chiropractic Clinic in June.
Okay. So can you explain maybe a little bit more in detail the relief and the effects that you've experienced after your treatment here, after chiropractic?
Well, when I first came, like I said, I was in quite a bit of pain, and the adjustments that Dr. Chung did and the instrument that he used, I noticed that I was feeling better. And there were days that after I left here, I was really, really energetic, and that was really surprising. I couldn't believe it. And then after, I forget how many treatments I had, I believe it was 12 or 24, I really felt good for a while. But then I found out around, I would say October, that it's something that I would have to do on a continual basis because it doesn't last with me having the medical problems that I have with my back. So this time I talked to my primary, and I knew I was going to talk to my primary to see if I could come back because I have had back issues most of my life. And I talked to her and told her about the pain that I was having in my left leg that was constant. And it bothered me mostly when I went to bed at night. And if I would lay on the left side, it would hurt. The right side, it would hurt. And she thought that it was related to my back. I wasn't sure. She suggested that I go to someone in sports medicine, and I said, how about a chiropractor? I said, I would like to go back to the same chiropractor I used before because I felt like he did a lot of good. And he did. So this is why I'm back at Champaign Chiropractic Clinic.
Okay. Maybe also another question. How do you see chiropractic as something different than just, medical treatment, or, why did you choose chiropractic over medicine?
For number one, I find out with regular medicine, usually the first thing they want to do, whether they know what the problem is or not, is to write you a prescription for medication. And I'm not a pill popper. Mm-hmm. I believe in holistic medicine. I believe in natural remedies for things. And I believe that getting a treatment such as this really help in a lot of different areas versus popping a pill that may cause another problem. You try to fix one problem and it causes another problem. So this is my preference. If I had a way, have to choose between something for a certain treatment, I would go this route. I had even considered before coming here that, I was going to ask Dr. Chung about acupuncture. I don't know that much about it, but I had a boss who said that she had it when her sciatic nerve was acting up and that it really, really helped her. This is my preferred route to treating certain problems. Is to go this way versus going to a medical doctor and they're poking you and handing you medication and never get rid of the problem.
Okay. So you mentioned kind of having a lot more energy after being treated here. Were there any other effects of chiropractic treatment that you weren't expecting? Kind of like the extra energy or anything
I
else?
did not expect the extra energy. I had years ago, I think it was back in maybe the 90s, I had went to a chiropractor because I was rear-ended, and I believe he's deceased now, Dr. Price. And I noticed that, well, I could say I probably went to a chiropractor before him, the ones that would, lay you on your side and then they get on top of you and crunch and mash you. And then when I discovered that there was a new method of dealing with the back pain and everything, I was really fascinated about it. And I didn't know when I came to Champaign Chiropractic Clinic that they had instruments that they could use. And, I can sit here now, and when I came in Monday and talked to Dr. Chung, and I told him, I said, still having the leg pain, it's still going up my thigh. I believe it is my back. And I was really, really impressed with the fact that he sat me down and he worked on my back. And believe it or not, that night I had no pain. And I don't have the pain that I was having when I first came here.
Do you have any comments about Dr. Chun as a doctor?
I think he's fantastic. I tell everybody about him, people that I bowl with. If someone say they're having a back problem or a leg problem, I say, oh, you should try Champaign Chiropractic Clinic. I even told my sister in Danville and other people, you should try the chiropractor, because I know a lot of people who are having hip problems, leg problems, back problems. I said, try a chiropractor. And they're like, oh, I don't know. I said, it beats them injecting you with steroids or giving you something else to try to alleviate the pain, and that lasts for 3 months, and then you're right back to the same thing. And I truly believe that the adjustments that Dr. Chung does really help my back. It helped me overall.
That's great. And lastly, do you have just any encouraging words for people who haven't tried chiropractic or are frustrated with back pain? Or
I would say try it. And when I left here Monday, I thought back to 1985 when I had my back surgery, when they removed the 4th, 5th disc. I wish then that I knew about the methods they use today, and I probably would have never had this surgery on my back. Because then later on I read on the internet that, it's not always necessary to go in and do the type of surgery that I had where they took out the disc and then they fused it. And I'm not saying that the surgery wasn't successful, because it was, because what, it had been about 40 years, you go back to 1985, and I'm just beginning after the accidents to have trouble with my back again, and that's because of the impact from hitting me from the rear.
All right. Well, that's all I have in terms of questions.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Marjorie.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right.